Why send missionaries when local Christians are already present and culturally prepared?
When looking at the numbers, it seems a no-brainer that supporting a local to do local ministry in, say, Uzbekistan would be far more cost-effective than preparing and sending a Western missionary to the country. The Western missionary is recommended to undergo months of cross-cultural training to prepare for living abroad, while the Uzbek will not have to do any cross-cultural transitioning and will feel quite at home and 100% culturally aware of his or her surroundings. The Western missionary will need to undergo 6 months to 2 years of linguistic studies to learn to read and speak the local Karluk Turkic dialect, while the Uzbek will require no language studies at all. The cost of such training can easily reach into the thousands and even tens of thousands of pounds for the Westerner. This is all in preparation for entering the foreign field. Once the foreigner is in country, depending on the visa arrangements, the sending agency requirements, and the size of the missionary family, the annual financial needs could be $60,000, $90,000, or even higher to provide for missionary living expenses, ministry costs, and administrative fees. There's no question that the math answers the question full stop. We need to support local believers rather than send foreign missionaries. Short-term mission trips are not much more promising. Per traveler, there's an average of 1,000 to 5,000 pounds. An organization or church sending multiple teams may spend 10,000 to 100,000 pounds in a year. At the same time, an individual living in Turkey can live on around 8,000 pounds to 18,000 annually, while a family of 3 can live on around 18,000 to 33,000 pounds on average annually. Looking at the numbers, one church sending multiple missions teams at 100,000 pounds per year could support 3 to 5 Turkish families' ministry salaries. Again, there's no question when doing the math. We need to stop sending short-term teams and use that money for individuals in country, whether Western missionaries or local ministers. However, when has the kingdom ever been determined based purely on finances? Is it all about cost-cutting? Or is there more to kingdom decisions than this? Maybe we should not seek advice from the chief financial officer here and possibly call in a missionary. While a local minister may be more cost-effective and culturally suitable in a country, it does not equate to the only way we should try to reach the nation for Christ. And I would argue, contrary to the running predominant narrative of people staying out of another culture's business, often the evil Western quote-unquote colonialists, a cultural outsider may be a better judge of cultural insiders' thinking on various issues. For example, living in a culture, it can be hard to see the shortcomings, while a cultural outsider can better identify certain sins because he or she was not raised thinking in the mainstream cultural insider ways. Foot binding in China was a beauty standard and viewed by mainstream Chinese as culturally acceptable. It was Western Christians like Gladys Aylward who fought hardest to eradicate the practice. Foreign missionaries can also prove to be better for the evangelistic task, specifically when societal classes or minority groups are considered. Myanmar, or Burma, has struggled with distrust between people groups. The long-standing ethnic rifts between the Bamar Buddhists and the Karen and Kachin Christians has been known to impede the spread of the gospel among the Myanmar citizens. One Karen Christian was heard claiming that they would rather go to hell than share heaven with a Bamar. The mainstream view of the minority Uyghurs in China, and of Muslims in general, is that they are dangerous religious extremists. The majority Mongolians view the minority Tuva as backwards and dirty. These ethnic prejudices, some with very deep historical and cultural roots, can be easily avoided with a foreign missionary who is not bound by these misguided opinions. While short-term mission trips are very costly, they're also one of the best ways to stir up a personal connection to the idea of foreign missions awakening the call of a potential future missionary. And, additionally, personal connections to the overseas work that the short-term visitor witnesses could lead to a new long-term prayer partner or financial backer. The short-term mission trip is not just about the cost, but the experiential change that the traveler undergoes through what they see and hear during the journey. Is it wise to support local ministers to share the gospel with their own people? It could very well be. Is it wise to naysay foreign missionaries because local ministers are cheaper and can do ministry better? Not at all. Our world is a complex place, and the kingdom is often a mystery in its global expansion. There are examples we could list where local Christians handled a particular work far better than a foreign missionary, and in a much more efficient way. And there are other situations we could give where a foreign missionary accomplished what would have taken a local Christian much longer, or accomplished something that may not have been considered by the locals from the start. Like a body, we need all called Christians with their distinct giftings to play their part together for kingdom growth.